Alright, so we're going to make a baking soda and vinegar powered boat today, and you can do this indoors or outdoors depending on what's available to you. I did it indoors because of weather, but you can do it wherever works for you. Okay, so you're going to need a hot glue gun, some vinegar, baking soda, a pair of scissors to cut the straw, some sort of scoop, and you're going to want the scoop to be able to fit into your water bottle and then tip over like this. So find some sort of scoop that you can stick into the water bottle and tip completely over. And then some sort of water bottle, preferably one that's really thin, the crinkly kind. And then a funnel. So what we're going to do first is we're going to use the hot glue gun to actually pierce a hole into the water bottle. So this part gets really hot, so you can actually just slowly push it into the water bottle and just kind of twist it around, and it'll slowly just kind of pierce a hole. And just twist it a little bit until you can see that it's gone through. Then we're going to take the straw and you're going to cut it approximately in half. And then you're going to want the bendy portion to be on the outside of the water bottle. So you'll just stick the straw in the hole. And leave the bendy portion out a little. Then you're going to take the hot glue gun and just kind of seal around the straw so that no air can get in from around the hole. And then you're going to want to let this dry, so we'll just pause the video for a bit and let this dry. So once your glue is fully dried, we're going to take the funnel and you're going to put it in, and you're not going to want to hold it straight up and down. You're going to want to tilt it just slightly so that the vinegar doesn't go into the straw and out of the straw. You want to kind of aim so the vinegar goes down into this corner here. You don't need a lot, so we're just going to put about there. And then now what we're going to do is we're going to tilt the bottle so that the vinegar doesn't go into this top section here, because we're going to put the baking soda in and you don't want them to mix just yet. So you're going to stick this in and try and keep it just at the top. And basically just get as much in there as you can without the two mixing. And if they mix just a little bit, that's okay. Okay, so they're starting to get close, so we're going to put the cap on. And then we're going to go test it out. Alright, so make sure your lid is on super tight. And then you're going to give it a nice shake and then set it down and watch it move. Alright, so we're going to try and figure out what just happened in this experiment. And we're going to do that by working through some questions. So after each question, I want you to pause the video and I want you to try and recall, based on our previous lessons, what the answer is. If you can't recall it off the top of your head, look back at previous notes or use other resources to figure it out. So the first question is, what are the signs that a chemical reaction has occurred? Go ahead and hit pause, figure out the answer, and then hit play again once you've figured it out. So the signs or evidence that a chemical reaction has occurred include color change, odor change, temperature change, the formation of a precipitate, or the formation of gas bubbles? So based on the answer from the previous question, did a chemical reaction occur during this experiment? What is the evidence that a chemical reaction did or did not occur during this experiment? Hit pause and think about it, come up with your answer, and come back when you're done. So a chemical reaction did occur in this experiment, and the formation of bubbles is the evidence that a chemical reaction occurred. So what is potential energy, and what are the different forms of potential energy? Go ahead and hit pause and come back when you got your answer. So potential energy could be chemical, elastic, electrical, gravitational, nuclear, or thermal. What is kinetic energy? Hit pause, come back when you're ready. Kinetic energy is the energy of a moving object. How are potential and kinetic energy related? Hit pause and come back when you're ready. Potential energy is converted into kinetic energy. Alright, so after thinking through all those questions, I want you to try and explain how the bottle was propelled through the water in this experiment. So really take your time, try and think about what you know about chemistry and what you know about the experiment, and try and figure out an explanation for how this happened. Hit pause and come back when you have something. So basically what happened in this experiment is that we had a chemical reaction occur when the two reactants, the baking soda and the vinegar, were mixed together. We know a reaction happened because gas bubbles were produced, and these gas bubbles propelled the bottle. So this is actually an example of the conversion between potential and kinetic energy. So the reactants contained chemical potential energy. That's one of the forms of potential energy that you can have. And then that was converted into kinetic energy, which is the energy of movement. And that's what propelled the bottle forward. So that's that. Hope you had fun working through it. Yay, science!